Hello, everybody. I'm back on again. I got cut off last time, so you can't see. I actually have my drawing tablet right here, the one you're looking at, right there, right next to my desk. And all I'm going to be doing is just illustrating tonight. And at some point, I'll get to actually audio narrating my books. Right now, I'm going to get this part done. All right, and that's really about it. Just the only thing left is just get to it. I know it looks like my cover is going to be some silly abstract version of it's my book about Frankenstein, but actually no, those are just placeholders those are just like basically compositional notes. If you were around for my last stream, so I'm really get to my chat here so I don't miss anybody. Yeah, okay. Yeah, I'm really just learning, trying new things. All right, let's get to work. I'll find my reference. How do you think I could have been any less ready for this? Nope. Okay. Nope. All right. Never mind. There we go. All right, let's go. Jacob, how you doing? How's it going, Jacob? Yeah, so doing that kind of stuff is gonna get you blocked pretty fast. Anyway. Okay, so these are just basically my compositional notes. Oh, okay. Now, I'm gonna go a little darker. Not totally dark. Everything is just about layering. It's all about layering. Got this on there. Have some space here. I'm gonna start figuring out what I want everything to be here. These are just compositional notes. Okay, so, and it's really just me showing myself, this is how I want my composition to be balanced. I've taken my golden ratio calipers and I've gone all about it. Basically, you know, you want your focal point to be the text, and everything else needs to draw the eye, draw attention to that and support that. So that basically is my method for figuring out where I want things to be. Again, once you figure out where you want things to be, you can figure out what it is you want it to be. So, and then you can start balancing light and dark, those objects, with your values. And that is where the next phase comes in. But right now, it's just about figuring out what you want in your thing. And all of this does not guarantee that it's going to be a good looking picture. It still will require skill and knowledge of our artistic traditions and lots of practice. So, if you ever see somebody that, don't ever think that art's not one of those things where a person can just be naturally talented. There are essentially no artists that did not do the work to figure out how to solve the problems. They just started drawing one day and they were so super good at it. It's just, all you can do is the work. So, and you either do the work or you don't. I take the position on principle that there's no such thing as talent. And I'm just looking for some references right now. If you can bear with me. I know that this just looks like garbage, but it has a purpose. Okay. My references right there. Or not. That's right there. Okay. Okay. For a fantasy, like a high definition, it's got to be art. It's got to be artistic. Can't be derived. So for a fantasy book cover, something like that, got to be prepared to go into a high degree of detail. You've got to be prepared to give yourself a lot of space and be very patient. So this is not a process that's going to happen overnight. It's not going to be easy. So easier just to take your time and make sure that you know your process. I think It's easier to zoom with my mouse. Okay. Yay, Jake. Hi there. Hello. Okay. No, yeah. Right. Thank you. Thank you. Yes. I know it just looks like nonsense. Just bear with me. The beginning is always weird and crazy looking, a little freaky. That's okay, because I know what I'm trying to do. Okay. I know it just looks crazy, but I'll get there. Oops, oops, oops. Okay. Okay. Let's start with you there, buddy. Probably not really going to make the teeth all that long. Need long teeth, just really sharp ones. All right. Okay. So the average person, if they're not super artistic, which I mean, obviously it's okay not to be. Probably gonna have no idea what's going on here, and it's okay. These notes, visual notes that I'm taking, are purely for the creator, and every time go a little bit deeper into the detail, figure out a little bit better what we want. Right. Now I'm gonna just, with this one, I may just go ahead and just start in with color. Because I usually worry so much about lines that I never really focus on color very much until I've got the whole thing, and then it's the having good color is kind of an afterthought. So now that I've got my notes, I think I just might go ahead and just move in with that. Just start with color, because even if your composition is really good, Bob Ross was right. It's color is what's going to sell it. You got to have everything else. You got to have, but you could have everything else done really poorly and have really good coloring and still sell. But if you have everything else and good coloring, you'll sell like crazy. But if you have everything else and poor coloring, you won't sell a thing. You'll never sell it. You'll never sell a single copy. So I'm working on a process where I just go ahead and start with color. Okay, I'm gonna do that again. see what I'm going to do. Pull this down underneath the lube I'm trying to do. I'm going to have to set this to a multiplier. This can be right. And so just the important thing, more important than anything else, is to remember to just take your time. You've got to take your time. So as I select color, you got to know the principles of like what makes color, how do you use color to make something look distant and things like that. But the main thing is I want to convey a feeling. And so is the color that I'm using accomplishing that? And if I'm not getting the feeling that I want, I keep looking. And that is really it. I'm kind of cliche, so I just always go for a real light blue sky. I know, it looks like craziness. It is craziness. One moment, please. Hello. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. 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 Very nice. Yeah. Okay, love you. like I'm getting off in about 10 minutes. But I'm just going to keep going. You may think, it's easy to think, I'll leave you with this thought. It's easy to think that art is not worth taking all this time to learn how to do. Or something takes such a long process. Why do I have to do this instead of just have AI do it? But I'll tell you, there is a neat little children's book I read one time about this kid. Everybody was amazed by him as an artist because he was just really prolific. So one day he goes and he joins an art contest. And it turns out that there was really only one other boy that joined the art contest. And well, so they get to drawing, they get their subject. And by the end of the art contest, everyone is surrounding the other kid because this young boy was so proud of how quickly he could draw. He never stopped to actually try to get better and to couple his practice with conscious learning. He has to think about what he's doing. So he could draw anything, and he could draw it so fast, but he couldn't draw it well because you can't draw anything well if you're going to draw it fast. No one can. So the other boy won the contest because he took his time. And so no matter how much AI a person uses to draw as if they're drawing and not somebody else or something else that just took another person's art or a bunch of people's art and put it together to make it seem like something that would get the other person's idea across and well enough to make them think that it was their idea and that it was something so original. I will tell you that if AI can draw it, your idea is not original. I'm sorry. Somebody already drew it before. That's the only reason AI can do it. That's it. Because it can't, all AI is a prediction machine and a data aggregator. If you can predict what kind of data you're going to need, then you can put together an amazing amount of things to satisfy any number of language requests. So if you say, draw me a boat, and AI pops up a picture of a boat, that is not your boat. That was somebody else's boat that they drew. and AI took it. And the data, the visual data, in order to give you what you wanted. But you did not draw that thing, nor did AI. AI copied and pasted. And if you do that with small enough increments and enough smoothing and layering, you can make it seem like you drew something all your own. And you did it at lightning speed. But that is why so much of AI looks exactly like it does. Unoriginal, oversaturated, and really almost kind of desperate. Desperate to satisfy itself. Because it can't. It's just predicting the next thing that you're going to say. That's it. There's no such thing as an AI artist. There are only artists whose art has been stolen by AI. And I know that not just because I'm an artist, but because I also taught computer science. I was a scientist in the military for 6 years, and then I was a teacher. I taught science. I taught computer science. I taught cybersecurity. I taught Python, JavaScript, technology applications. I taught AI. AI doesn't do anything but take data from other places, create a script that it thinks is going to satisfy the prompt, and then compiles, smooths over, recompiles with enough iterations to do what it thinks is going to satisfy the prompt. And that is all. It doesn't really know anything. It doesn't think anything. It doesn't feel anything. It's just AI. And so if you think that you are an artist, sad to say, because you were able to take something, to enter in words, and then and make that into something. Now, I'm afraid that you're sadly mistaken. It's just an illusion. So the discussion of whether, it's, making art for myself is just so much more fulfilling. That's not even the point. It's theft. You're stealing somebody else's labor. And yes, it's always the same people that think that being an artist or art is not worthwhile, that feel like it's perfectly okay to do it. Yet, if it was worthless, why was that the first thing you came after? Why was my art the first thing you came for when you thought, I think I would really like to make something that is just a giant shortcut machine? Because you really just wanted my talent without having to pay the price that I paid for my talent. Because you think there is such a thing as talent, and there is not. When I am done with this, you will see why I know AI is never going to be able to do what I can do, no matter how good it looks, because this is mine. Nobody truly did make it except me. It is my idea. And I can be proud of the fact that I created it. Nobody else did it for me. I took the time. I learned the skills over years and years and years. Me. And that's why it's fulfilling, but that's not why AI is wrong to use. So anyway, I have got to go. Fix a couple last minute things. And then I gotta go get dinner ready. So you can kind of start to see what I've got going on here. Having everything perfect is never the goal. Having an accurate enough and interesting enough representation that captures the feeling that you're trying to capture is the goal. Okay. All right. I got to go. And I will be back. Thank you guys for joining me. I will try to be back tomorrow for at least a little while because it's Saturday and I probably won't get much time to do it. But I hope you guys have a great weekend. Thank you for joining me.